take up another section which we quite omitted in this. We thought that we would run out of time, and so we actually omitted one section which has to do with light, contrast, and contrast enhancement. See, contrast is very important for low vision patients. Even for us normal patients, it is important for good spatial orientation and mobility. And it is more important for low vision clients where contrast is lost, especially in age-related macular degeneration and glaucoma. So let's talk a little bit about how to increase the contrast and illumination. As Dr. Anash has already told you, there are certain conditions which require a higher level of illuminations for low vision clients. So this is a table which tells you what kind of illumination is required for normal people. So for reading, we require about 400 lux. For sewing, we require about 600 lux. And watchmaking requires about 2000 lux or so. So for normally, we require about 400 to 600 lux of illumination. But a low vision patient, to do the same tasks, will require about 1000 lux of illumination. So that can very easily be provided by offering high intensity diffuse illumination to low vision patients by either natural daylight or by artificial lights. So natural daylight, you make the patient sit near a window, and on a bright day, the patient will receive 10,000 lux of illumination on reading material or near tasks. And on a cloudy day, you would require 2000 lux of illumination, which is quite adequate for near vision tasks. So that is one way of utilizing natural light to provide high intensity illumination. The other way to do it is with artificial light. And for that, the best thing to do is to use a gooseneck lamp because you can adjust the distance and the focus of the lamp. And you can use this formula to calculate what wattage of lamp you would use in this device to provide 1000 or more lux of illumination to low vision patients. So using this formula, you can see that for 100 watts, and if you need to provide 1000 lux of illumination, you have to keep the lamp 1 foot distance from the object of regard or book to be read. And if you want 2000 lux of illumination, you can use a 200 watt bulb at 1 foot distance. And for 8000 lux of illumination, you can use a 200 watt bulb at 6 inches distance from the object of regard. Now, there are certain other things that we need to consider when you're using artificial light sources. And one is that you never use a flickering light source. Because if you use a single tube light, there's an electrical discharge which goes on and off all the time and which produces flicker, which produces fatigue and accommodative fatigue in the patient. And to overcome that, you always have multiple tubes which you prescribe to a patient, not a single tube anytime. The second thing is source deterioration, especially in tungsten bulbs. The filament loses its integrity after a certain length of time. So you need to clean bulbs because dust settles over bulbs. So you need to clean them frequently and change the bulb because of tungsten filament loss. Now always choose an incandescent bulb like this over fluorescent lamp. Why? Because fluorescent lamp emits ultraviolet and blue light. So blue light is detrimental for contrast sensitivity. And if there is a lot of blue light emission, then patient's contrast will be lost. And we know that loss of contrast is very detrimental for patients with low vision. So here is the emission spectrum of an incandescent bulb, which we use normally. You can see there is a smooth increase in the emission, and most of the emission is in the red and infrared area of the spectrum. And there is very little blue light emission. So there's very little loss of contrast when you use incandescent bulbs. So these are the best bulbs to use for low vision patients. And this is the emission spectrum of a CFL bulb, and this one is of the LED bulbs, which are very much in vogue nowadays because of their low use of power and saving of power and long-term saving in costs. But look at the blue light peaks over here. Huge peak here and a bigger peak in LED lights. So this produces loss of contrast. So LED and CFL bulbs should never be used for low vision patients. Now, glare and contrast need to be addressed too in low vision patients. Glare can be due to natural light or artificial lights. So, outdoors, one can use hats with a wide brim or sunglasses or visors, and indoors, one can use blinds and curtains or tinted glasses on windows to cut down on glare. Then, to enhance contrast, one can use absorptive filters in sunglasses, and they are gray, amber, and orange, and yellow in color. So here are the properties of these different absorptive filters. The gray ones are always Polaroid in nature, and the amber, orange, and yellow are made out of polycarbonate. Now, all of them block ultraviolet rays 100%, and the gray ones, which are Polaroids, are the best anti-glare filters to be used outdoors, and the amber and orange ones are ideal for contrast enhancement, and the yellow filters and are very important for contrast enhancement in indoor environments, especially for reading and watching TV. But the disadvantage of these absorptive filters are that in amber and orange, the blue colors appear black and green colors are not seen. So remember that and explain this to the patients when you're prescribing filters. And that actually brings us to the end of this instruction course. Thank you very much for your patient listening. And if there are any questions, we are free to answer all your queries. So shoot your questions now.